Hello, gents, and thanks for joining us. So we're here today to talk about portable devices, laptop devices, and the business benefits of having those over the traditional desktop devices, which I think many businesses use through the years. So Paul, I think you've got some questions and points to make with Billy and Andy. So if I could hand over to you and let you take it from here.
Yeah, thanks very much, Stephen. As is very apparent from the current predicament we find ourselves in, mobile computing is absolutely a very hot topic that, all businesses are looking at just now. And, the needs for mobile computing are probably stronger than they ever have been. We've got a few topics to chat through today. So we'll, open this up to the floor to Billy and Andy. The first topic we want to cover is around the mobility of portable devices. And with that, we'll come to you, Andy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So laptop portability, as you mentioned, in this kind of current climate and predicament, has been a major boost for employers and employees alike. Laptops, as you will know, come with everything inclusive. So unlike a desktop, your laptop has your screen, your keyboard, your mouse, your camera, your microphone, everything that you will need when you're not sitting in the office at your desk. Now, that kind of flexibility as well is something that a lot of people have been really looking at. You don't need to buy all the little bits and pieces for your kind of desk setup, your desktop, your separate monitor, your separate keyboard, your separate mouse. So taking your device away from the office, being able to work from anywhere, from home, on the train, has been of massive importance, and it will continue to be so.
Yeah, absolutely. And one point you just mentioned right at the end there about being completely mobile is absolutely one of the most important things. But you mentioned there about being able to work from things like the train, which obviously can and does raise some concerns around security and security of the data held within these mobile devices. So that feeds directly into a topic that, Billy, I'm going to pass over to yourself around the security concerns.
Yeah, so obviously security has to be, high on the list of concerns and priorities when we're talking about any form of device. With mobile devices and laptops, there are whole levels of security that we can add in, but at the base level, we can apply BitLocker protection, which will provide encryption on the device. So at the very entry level, there is that second level of security that somebody needs to be able to get through to even access the functionality of the device. And then further to that, there's App Locker, which will provide whitelisting of applications, block out anything that you don't want that user to be able to gain access to. And then further to that, there are things like two-factor authentication as well, which all add this complex layer of protection onto the device.
Absolutely, and that's second nature now almost. Things like multi-factor authentication, which, as you say, quite rightfully, they're complicated solutions to break through, but they're actually relatively straightforward and simple to deploy. So and most people are familiar with those kind of things nowadays. So many, your personal banking solutions will use things like multi-factor authentication. So having that in your working environment is an absolute no-brainer these days. So moving on from that, takes us into the productivity area, where we need to ensure that your staff are still doing their job, being productive, getting the job done, getting work turned around. So Andy, you've got some points to add there.
Absolutely. Productivity is a key factor with any kind of mobile device solution. Now we are thinking anywhere workforce. Okay, no longer are employees or employers restricted from employees working solely in an office and face-to-face. With an appropriate cloud solution, collaboration can happen anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're at home, you're on your way to a meeting, you're at a meeting, anything like that. You will still be able to do exactly what you could do at a desk in a company's registered office. You would be able to do the exact same anywhere. as well as things like business continuity. So if we're looking at disaster recovery plans, for example, if for whatever reason the company's office is offline, call it internet, power, natural disaster,
COVID-19.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So by having mobile devices instead of desktops, you have the ability to not work from your office. Your office may be inaccessible. You can work from anywhere. It really provides businesses and companies the ability to spread their workforce, still maintain a level of business. Their companies are still operating, even though they can't get into their main office. So it is very, very important from that point.
Excellent.
Absolutely. And yeah, cheers for that, Andy. It's a complete solution that allows people to still do their work and be able to be truly mobile is it's a fantastic outcome moving forward in this COVID-19 situation that we find ourselves in, that having that mobile solution, computing solutions in place makes things much easier. Obviously, putting these mobile communications or mobile computing solutions in place for organizations, they're obviously having to potentially replace a considerable number of devices. And how quickly that they can deploy those devices is probably of paramount concern to ensure that these businesses can still operate. So, Billy, I think you've got some topics on the deployment technologies.
Yeah, so we certainly saw it with the outbreak of COVID and lockdown that companies and users wanted these kind of devices, and there's definitely a question there about how quickly we can deploy those devices for end users and for our customers. With the advancement in technology, with things like Microsoft Intune, we can deploy devices rapidly, remotely. We can get the device shipped straight to the customer, so it doesn't even need to come into our hands. It can arrive at the customer's door, they unpackage it, they open it up, and then remotely everything is deployed straight onto their laptop as they would expect it, and they can be up and working within hours of that device. And yeah, I think that's the real key here is being able to get the technology into somebody's hand and get them using it as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, and that's absolutely key. Getting those devices out there to your staff is of paramount importance. But being able to maintain control over those devices, all in these handful of topics we've discussed today, it all leads into this modern way of working and being able to provide flexibility to a workforce, to empower them to continue to do work wherever they might be, wherever they find themselves, at home, on a train, potentially in the very near future, cafes and the like, and basically means people can still be productive. A productive workforce and a mobile workforce is just the be all and end all. So yeah, I think it's been a healthy discussion. Thanks for your time, guys.
Good. Thank you all. Thank you. And I think just if anybody has been watching this video and would like some further advice, or would like to speak to any of us about the benefits of portable devices, laptop devices, please don't hesitate to get in touch and we'll be sure to help you. Thank you all.
Yeah, great. Thanks.